Hi, I'm Jennifer Wood, the children's pastor here at Tuckston United Methodist Church, and this is our annual training for safe sanctuaries. This is a training to protect the church, to protect our paid and volunteer workers, and to protect our precious children. It's also for youth. It's also for vulnerable adults. We consider children to be birth to age 12. Our youth are 13 to 18 years of age. And vulnerable adults are anyone over the age of 18 that is either physically or psychologically unable to make responsible legal decisions about their own care. So this is to protect all of those people as well as the church reputation and financial situation. Jesus said in Mark chapter 9, verse 37, "Anyone who welcomes a little child like this on my behalf welcomes me." We love children. They're going to be the future of our church someday, so this is to protect them. Many insurance companies will not insure churches anymore because they don't have a risk reduction strategy. The Tennessee Conference of the United Methodist Church over the past few years settled a case involving abuse for $3 million. So these strategies are important. There are 4 types of abuse. I'm going to name the types and the signs and symptoms of abuse for each type. The first is physical, and what you might see in a child is aggression, unexplained injuries, fearfulness of adults. The second type of abuse is sexual, and the signs that you might see in a child or a vulnerable adult is depression. You may see promiscuous behavior, you may see difficulty sitting or walking, frequent headaches, or extreme fatigue. The third type of abuse and its signs is emotional, and those signs are depression, low self-esteem. You may see eating disorder, passive-aggressive behavior, or threatening words. The fourth type of abuse that we cover is neglect, and the signs of that are failure to thrive, poor hygiene, or untreated medical conditions. Interestingly, the older adult population is growing. Abuse of the older adult population is growing faster than those under age 18. Child abuse occurs once every 10 seconds in the United States. By age 18, 1 in 3 girls are sexually abused. By age 18, 1 in 7 boys are sexually abused. The actual number is believed to be much higher because these are just reported cases, and many go unreported. Many prisoners, people in drug rehabilitation, and abusers were abused as children. 1 in 4 offenders is a member of the individual's family or one entrusted with the care of the victim. 2 out of 3 who are caught and are punished, sadly, go on to abuse again. Here at Tuckston, we have ways to report these things if we become aware of them. If there's an accident that happens here on our campus, or there is an incident of abuse, or if there is suspected abuse, this needs to be reported to the children's pastor first and foremost, and then from there to the senior pastor. We have incident report forms in the children's pastor's office that need to be completed with everything that was witnessed. And probably most important, it needs to be kept confidential, only discussed with those that are involved and those particular church staff. It is Georgia law to report abuse, and they have something in that law that's called a mandatory reporter, and clergy are mandatory reporters. Child service organizations, both paid and volunteer, are mandatory reporters, which means that if you witness it and you don't report it, that's considered a misdemeanor. So if something happens, we want you to record the details, let it get handled by staff, and if there's suspected abuse at home, then DFACS, the Department of Family and Children Services, needs to be notified after speaking with the children's pastor and the senior pastor. Next in line, the insurance company and our district superintendent are notified. It's kept confidential, and if there's a need for the media to be addressed, our district superintendent is the designated person to speak to the media. So some of the things that we do to help prevent these things from occurring is we have 2 adults in every setting. We have windowed doors or open doors in every setting. And we have what's called a 6-month hospitality rule. This gives the church a chance to become acquainted with each potential volunteer before they're given access to children or vulnerable adults. So we like to get to know you for at least 6 months before you volunteer to work with our kids. This also discourages potential abusers who want that immediate access to possible victims. All this can be boiled down into the golden rule. Luke 6:31 says, "Do unto others as you would have them do unto you." Let's be a safe sanctuary.